All right, everybody, let's get this party started, because as you know, this is the pre-party, and the rest of the people, we won't be able to keep them out forever. So we gotta get rolling. So welcome, everyone. I know most of you, but I'm Eve Stevens, and I am one of your ministers. And I can't believe that I'm saying this, but our compassionate, creative, intrepid, fun-loving, hardworking, organized, thoughtful, committed, funny, supportive, delight of a human being, our Director of Religious Education for Children and Youth, the one, the only, Kathleen Carpenter, is retiring.
Boo.
Boo. Yes. Thank you, Peanut Gallery. Kathleen has served this congregation seemingly tirelessly, though you can't work that hard for that long and not be a little tired, I'm sure, but you have hit it well, serving this community for 28 years. And it has come time to celebrate, Kathleen, all that you have contributed, how you've shaped the lives of the people on this screen and countless others. It's come time to wish you well as you start this next chapter of your life. Before gathering with the congregation as a whole, we wanted you all, our kids and youth and parents and CYRE volunteers, to have the chance to have some time with Kathleen before we open up the party to everybody else. And so to kick things off, I want you to raise your hand if you know what spirit play is. Have you ever heard of spirit play? Mm-hmm. Yes, very good. Well, if you have not, Spirit Play is our program that our 3-year-olds through 1st graders participate in on Sunday mornings. And it consists of telling a story based on our 7 Unitarian Universalist principles. And while you tell the story, you use props and manipulatives to kind of act it out. So our very own Kim Hutchinson and Kimberly Melton, on behalf of all our CYRE teachers, created a special Spirit Play lesson for us all. And this is a lesson teaching us more about Miss Kathleen. And it has 3 short acts that we're gonna enjoy throughout our party. So Bailey, let's start us off with Act 1, if you will.
Sorry, having some technical issues. One moment. There we go.
Well, hello. Today, you are going to hear a Spirit Play style story about a special person who encompasses all of the UU principles. I am certain that you have seen this person before. You may have even asked her for help or received her help without even having to ask. This person is very special to us here at the UUCC. Thank you. Our story today is called Ask KC. Now watch carefully where I get the story. Ah, here it is. I wonder what this could be. This is a church. This particular church is called the UUCC. Running a church is very hard work. At the beginning of each Sunday, many people gather for fellowship and coffee. Some people who come to church are children or adolescents. They may be interested in other activities that do not involve coffee. Even though these young people are interested in other activities, they may need help figuring out what to do. People new to the church and those who have been there for years all need help keeping track of the church's many youth activities. Yes, that's right, guys and gals and non-binary pals. Even some longtime members may not be able to remember what they volunteered for. Oh. Anyhow, now wouldn't it be great if there were some sort of superhuman who knew about every youth program that the UUCC offers and who is an endless source of guidance?
It sure would be nice, Kim, and we'll get to Act 2 soon enough. But okay, everybody, if you know Miss Kathleen, you know that she loves scavenger hunts and silliness and fun and games. So we had to include a scavenger hunt meets costume contest meets general silliness activity for you. So here's how it's going to work. You're only going to have 3 minutes. And when I say go, and I haven't said go yet, you will dash off into your home to find the most wild and fun and joyful party outfit you can put together in 3 minutes. So hats, sparkles, bright colors, gowns, tuxedos, it's all welcome. You'll have 3 minutes to throw it together and then return to the screen as fast as you can. Are you ready? Good, running positions. Okay, I'm starting the timer for 3 minutes. Go. One minute remaining, 1 minute remaining. I'm seeing some pretty great transformations. Kat's family, I'm loving it. Oh, Fiona, you look awesome. Tracy with the unicorn, I love it. Oh. A wizard has returned to the screen. Oh, John always has a good hat. Oh, that's good, John. Seconds remain. Can't even see part of mine. Oh, Rich Green with the tuxedo. Oh my gosh, that's just what. Captain J, that's fantastic. Whoa, and the blue sister. Good work, everybody. Good work. Now we're ready. Now we're ready. So we are about to offer a few toasts to you, Kathleen. And before we do that, you can either have a drink handy, and after someone offers their words of love and their toast, you're gonna unmute yourselves and say, cheers, here, here, with or without a drink. You can be rowdy and merry. And as soon as you get your energetic, joyful noise out, mute yourself again, okay? So our very first toast is from Fiona Stout. And we're gonna give 1 second, Fiona, because she's on Chandra Stout's screen. And Fiona, we want to pin you so everybody can see you. So wait 1 moment, my dear.
Sorry, who's account did you say?
Yeah.
Chandra
There we
Stout.
There we go.
Take it away, Fiona.
Kathleen, we appreciate all of your hard work you have done. Thank you for organizing all the stuff for CYRE. I love all the activities you've set up. We'll miss you, Miss Kathleen.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Cheers! Woo! Happy duppy!
Well done, Fiona. Thank you, my dear. Okay. Next, we are going to hear from Abby Maples. Abby, I think said, yep, there you are.
Miss Kathleen, here are some words I've come up with to describe you. Funny, kind, caring, creative, generous with your time, learner, hiker, traveler, problem solver, dedicated, and young at heart. Here are some things that I thought were really fun in the CYRE program. Art projects in our classes like lava lamps, when our class made snacks together, fun summer programs like watching The Simpsons, bringing our community together for Operation Sandwich, to make food for people who needed it, lunar rising, and holiday parties with food, crafts, singing, and Santa Claus. Thank you for being our Director of Religious Education. We will miss you very much. A toast to Miss Kathleen.
Huzzah, huzzah!
Here, here.
Cheers!
Cheers! Heard that.
Beautifully done, Abby. Here, here. Now, I've heard, do we have the Schroep family with us? I don't know if I saw them.
We're here.
Oh, there you are. Hello, take it away.
I can go first.
Okay.
I'm so glad that I've got to grow up in a community that also Kathleen was a part of, and she has contributed so much to our church and has sparked a light in every single child who's walked through RE. And I'm sad that for my last years of high school, you will not be part of it anymore. But I'm so glad that I got to meet you, and we will miss you very much.
Thank you, Kathleen, for being a part of my 17 years of RE. I'll make the best of my last year and a half without you. I appreciate the birthday cards every year and just how much love you showed the community and our family. You will be missed.
Kathleen, I can hardly imagine not being there when we all finally can return in person to UUCC. You have been an integral part of our family's life for 2 decades. And what you have built and nurtured here for our youth at UUCC is an impressive accomplishment and legacy. You've helped us to guide and shape the spiritual center of so many young lives. We're lucky to count ourselves among the many folks who've benefited and grown in long association with you. Thanks for helping us raise 3 pretty decent human beings, 2 of which are right here. It really does take a village, and we're happy to have found our way to you and to UUCC. We love you, and we will miss you, and enjoy your much deserved retirement.
Here,
Here, here, here.
Cheers.
Thank you, Schropes. And we're looking now for Michael Amy in the sea of people. Bailey. Let's see.
I will say if they unmute, they pop to the top of the list. So
Okay.
if that's you, unmute yourself and you'll pop right up.
Michael, if you there you are. Well done.
First, I'm going to check my mic because oftentimes I have mic issues.
You sound great.
Fabulous. Okay, give me a moment, y'all. Kathleen, mentor, friend, inspirer, confidant, role model with the best gams around the UUA. I have something I want to share. An adaptation of The Runaway Bunny by Margaret Wise Brown, pictures by Clement Hurd, which we won't be viewing. Once there was a little bunny, Kathleen, who wanted to run away. So she said to the children and youth of the congregation, "I am running away." "If you run away," said the children and youth, "we will run after you." "If you run after me," said little bunny Kathleen, "I will become a fish in a trout stream and I will swim away from you." "If you become a fish in a trout stream," said the children and youth, "we will become fisher people and we will fish for you." "If you become fisher people," said little bunny Kathleen, "I will become a rock on the mountain high above you." "If you become a rock on the mountain high above us," said the children and youth, "we will be the mountain climbers and we will climb to where you are." "If you become mountain climbers," said little bunny Kathleen, "I will be a crocus in my hidden garden." "If you become a crocus in your hidden garden," said the children and youth, "we will be gardeners and we will find you." "If you are gardeners and find me," said little bunny Kathleen, "I will be a bird and fly away from you." "If you become a bird and fly away from us," said the children and youth, "we will be a tree that you come home to." "If you become a tree," said little bunny Kathleen, "I will be a woman with children and grandchildren ready to retire who runs into her house." "If you become a woman with children and grandchildren ready to retire who runs into her house," said the children and youth, "we will miss you so terribly, but still and always will be the children and youth of your congregation whose lives you forever shaped, and we will catch you in our arms and hug you." "Shucks," said Bunny Kathleen. "I think then I will stay where I am in my house, gardening and playing games and reading and sipping wine, when I'm not hiking and traveling with Steve and seeing all the grandchildren. But in my heart, I will still and always will be your director of CYRE, your bunny, Kathleen." And so she did. "Have a carrot," said the children and youth. The end. Kathleen, deep peace of the running wave to you, deep peace of the flowing air to you, deep peace of the quiet earth to you, deep peace of the shining stars to you, deep peace of the gentle night to you. Moon and stars pour their healing light on you. Deep peace, deep peace, deep peace.
Here, here.
Here, here.
That was beautiful.
Here.
Thank you, Michael. And you all, we have a few minutes. I'll go back to gallery view. I'm going to look at you all. If you have a toast you want to offer or some words you want to say to Kathleen, give a wave and I'll ask Bailey to pin your screen. And I'm gonna have to scroll through. So I see, was that the Yance? Does that feel right? Claire and okay. Kevin Yant, Bailey.
Right.
I will miss you very much. I don't know what to say.
Okay.
I
That's
will
great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you all. Thank you. Anybody else? You wave your hand. Mike Carpenter.
Amelia, come up and say hello. Say hi, Grandma. Look over here. Say, we love you, Grandma.
We love you, Grandma.
Hold on, Marlo, so they can see.
Thank you for being my grandma. Bye-bye, Grandma.
Bye-bye, Grandma. We love you, Mom. That's all.
Well, that's hard to top. That was fantastic. Thank you, Mike. I think I see Amir and
I-
Adam, are you waving?
Colin was waving, so I pinned them.
Thank you, Bailey.
Hello, can everybody hear me? All right,
Yep.
sweet. All right, hello, Kathleen. There's not a correct way, I think, to say thank you for all of the positive change that you brought into my life and so many others that I've seen you impact. You've helped me become a better leader and a better person. And you did it your own way, which was not always giving us everything we needed, but letting us find out for ourselves how to take.
We lost you at the end.
Come
Colin.
back.
I think they may have dropped out. Oh, coming back.
Sorry about that. My phone has been acting weird recently. But okay. So as I was saying, you let us take the next step. You let us figure out how to take the next step, and it really, helped us. In life, we're not always going to have everything that we need right in front of us, and we need to still find a way to come through and overcome that challenge. And you allowing us to do that is only going to set us up for success later on. You were honestly one of my favorite people to work with in any sort of scenario, because of just the positive attitude that's always around you. And it's going to be weird not seeing you at church anymore, but you did wonders with your time there, and I could not be more thankful to have you in my life. So thanks a lot for everything that you did. And you're the best. I don't know how to finish that well, so thanks.
You're here.
Here,
You're
Cheers.
here. Kate, are you looking to toast?
Okay, is it my turn? This is Well, you guys can see who I am. Kathleen, I just want to say thank you. We've had so much fun together. I met you, I don't know, it was about 25 years ago when I first wanted to volunteer in RE. And we've been to Boston together and Charleston. And I've always marveled at how cool you are under pressure when we have these crazy teenagers wanting to do things. And I remember the day I told you I was pregnant with this guy and you said, what? I'm going to lose you as an RE direct, advisor. And then you caught yourself and said, congratulations. But I had a wonderful run as an advisor and, you helped me raise 3 wonderful kids and
Are wonderful. Yeah. You did a fantastic job. Thank you so much. Yeah.
we wish you all the best and we can't wait to see all your pictures on Facebook of all the places you and Steve go. So take care. We love you.
Here, here.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, is it spotlighted for me?
It is. You're good to go.
So I wanted to say I'll miss you, Miss Kathleen, and I hope I'll see you again soon. I will really miss you. When at church. I hope I can see you soon.
Amir, do you want to say something?
Goodbye.
Yeah.
It has really been an honor spending time with you. I'm just really happy I can be with you on Zoom, but I'm really sad I can't be with you in person, but it's been a great time being with you.
Cheers.
Here, here.
Here, here. Cheers.
Cheers. All right, y'all, give us a wave if anyone else wants to speak.
So I will say goodbye to Kathleen at our meeting on Sunday, but Ellie and Caleb wanted to say goodbye. Ellie.
No.
Ellie's being shy. Ellie just wanted to say thank you for everything that you've done and that they're gonna miss you. Caleb, did you want to say anything? No? Okay. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts.
Here, here.
Here, here.
I just want to say hi, Kathleen. We're gonna miss you so much, and I want to say thank you for everything you've done, not just for the kids, but you do so much for the rest of us as well. Getting us involved with the kids, it's changed my life. You've always been my hero, so I'm gonna miss you a lot, but I'm really happy for you.
Here, here.
Here, here. And Bailey, I see Kurt Merkel and Craig Harbold and Kevin Carpenter.
Hey, Kathleen. Are you in there? I just want to say, it's hard to top what Melissa Schroep said, inventing a new word like impressment, but I think she nailed it, and I'm going to latch on to that word too. I also want to say thanks for doing the hard part of raising my boys, because they wouldn't have turned out so good if it wasn't for you. And good thing they're almost done, because since you're going, I'm going to have to find somebody else to do the hard part. Of course, Catherine, she's pretty good too. But I'll see you soon. See you around.
Thank you, Kurt.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hi, Kathleen. Here's Taylor and I. But yeah, I just want to say thank you for everything. Just gosh, when we joined, walking into that RE office for the first couple times, just navigating in the routine, figuring all that out, and having great help from you, along with Jackie Johns. I haven't seen her in forever, but just fond memories of that whole experience you helped create. And just, yeah, thankful that we could be part of this group, that our kids were there the whole time you were there. It's kind of cool to be in that club. So just very grateful for that. I feel like that's a blessing. And then, of course, not only from the kids, but the experience that you gave us joining in that whole experience too, helping, raise our kids in that spiritual community meant a whole lot, and just, couldn't replace it with anything. And then honestly, just remembering all those senior high services, junior high services, coming of age credos, and just realizing that there's so much hope in our kids, and you channeled that, for all of us. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy everything that comes next.
Hear, hear.
Oh my God.
Hear, hear. Bravo.
Can Taylor go?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Hey, Mom. I wanted to say how proud I am of you and let you see your grandson who's screaming right now.
Oh, yay. Oh.
Yeah, he's very happy for you. But we're all very happy and very proud of you, and it's great to see all these people whose lives you've touched. And yeah, you're gonna enjoy all your traveling, and come out here and take care of this thing.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear.
You all, we have time for 2 more.
Well, first I want to say I definitely feel like the little one, the grandchild there, so double here. And Kathleen, I want to thank you for allowing me or understanding when I wanted to show up as my full self. I like to break the rules, so I'm not going to say I miss you, because I have no plans on following whatever these dumb rules that I can't keep in contact with you. I have your phone number and I know you're not going to change it, so whatever. But I will say, I think that we are losing you at the wrong time, because we are trying to learn how to become a welcoming community. And I've met no one who does it better than you. Letting someone come and welcoming them as they are. So that's a talent that's going to really be missed. So I appreciate you, friend, mentor, sister.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Hear,
Cheers to
hear.
that.
Bravo.
All right, one
Cheers.
more. Bailey, you may see one more. Taylor or Savannah.
So I don't exactly know what to say, but I was just thinking about, there's never been a time in my life where I haven't known you. You've always just been around and been a rock. And just knowing that I can walk into your office and be like, hi, I've been here for a while. Is there anything I can help with? Or can you entertain me? Or just, you've really helped shape who I am today, and I can't imagine what it would have been like without you. So just thank you.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear. Listen.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And you all, I cannot encourage you enough. If you didn't get a chance to share and some words were starting to come to mind, send Kathleen a note in the mail, send her an email, just let her know what she's done for you, for your family, and send her love. There'll be plenty of time to do that, so please do. It's time for Act 2 of our Spirit Play clip. Bailey, take it away.
The Newsome family was so grateful when Kathleen Carpenter, the Director of Religious Education for Children and Youth at the UUCC, introduced herself to them before Sunday service. This family of 6 had just entered the building and was in the vestibule trying to figure out where to take their 4 children. Hi, how may I help you? After some polite introductions, Kathleen was more than happy to guide them to the Spirit Play meeting place and inform them of the middle schoolers' field trip. As the family became more oriented throughout the following weeks, they had more questions about more programs they had heard of. Mountain Con? I can help with that. Lock-ins? I can help with that. D&D groups, etc. I can help with that. What is snacks or crafts with Santa? I can help with that. There's an owl program. I can help with that. What youth groups can we join? I can help with that. Can I be a greeter? Operation Sandwich? Where did that birthday card come from? Young UU's away, what's that? Can I be a February friend? Where do I drop off food for teacher brunch? Who can post on Facebook for me? Can I get more information on family ministry? Is there a mission trip coming up? What's coming of age? What's Luna Rising? Where is the middle school service project? When is high school service, or when is the middle school service? Did I sign up for parent orientation? Wow, Kathleen sure does work hard. The Newsom family was grateful for Kathleen and truly felt supported and welcomed.
Kathleen, can't imagine why you feel like it's time to retire. It seems like you might be in need of some rest. And Kathleen, I want to put the spotlight on you for a moment and just give you a chance to respond.
Oh, there I am. Hi, everybody. I didn't get a chance to say thank you for all the wonderful words that you had for me. I thought about it halfway through, but then I thought the first people that I didn't say thank you to might feel slighted. So all of you who spoke up, thank you. That made me feel so special, from the littlest to the biggest, and to my grandchildren and my own children. That was just so wonderful. Thank you. And I'm looking at screens of people here, some of whom I haven't seen in years. Thank you so much for showing up for this. I'm gonna miss you guys so very much. I know you'll be in good hands with whomever gets hired after me, but I hope you remember me someday. I'll remember all of you. I love you.
We love you, Kathleen. And now for Act 3, our final act of our spirit play lesson.
Kathleen has spent many years helping families and church members and attendees. Kathleen has always risen to the occasion and has become a true pillar of her church. But now, Kathleen has come to an important time in her life. She is now ready to move into retirement. Can you say retirement? I thought you could. Retirement will allow her to spend more time with family, friends, travel, and do whatever she likes. She has touched so many lives and left big shoes to fill. She has done a fantastic job and everyone will miss her support, but knows that her retirement is well deserved. We love you, Kathleen. Congratulations.
We do love you, Kathleen, and we couldn't think of anyone more suited to the task. We have asked Rich Green to play a song in your honor to transition us to the congregation-wide party. So thank you, children, youth, and CYRE volunteers. We hope you stay for the whole party. Rich, it's all you.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, shine, shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, shine, shine.
Woo! Thank you, Rich. And I know now we're going to continue to have people coming in for our congregation-wide party. So we'll give them a moment. Everyone still looks festive. Rich, nobody beats your tuxedo. Well done.
I don't, my picture's gone. You can't see me.
Oh man, Kathy, I wonder what that's about.
What happened?
I don't either. We hear you really well.
Yeah. I mean, I join these meetings every Sunday, and today I'm faceless.
That's so odd. I know.
Video. Just a minute. I got my
Okay.
Ah, there I am.
There you are, and thank goodness, because you've got your party hat on.
Well. Okay.
Well done. Lots of folks still coming in.
Got such a bright light over my head.
Nice outfit, Mom.
Karen, is that you?
It is me.
Yay, I'm so glad you're here too. Welcome. It's very fun getting to meet Kathleen's kids and grandkids because you all are all she talks about. So we get to.
We are pretty cool.
That's what I gather.
I'm gonna try the home laptop. I don't understand what's.
Oh, there's Mike.
Want to go back to gallery view?
Yeah, you know, you can select gallery view. We'll keep pinning things on you, but whenever you want to go away from the speaker view or the pin view, you can just hit gallery view again.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't force gallery view for all of you, but if you ever want to switch back to it, you always have the option in the corner there.
That's right. There we go.
Kathleen, who invented the phrase, "See who must be obeyed"?
I don't know if everyone here even knows what that means.
It's from Rumpole of the Bailey. He spoke of his wife that way. He was a lawyer in the courts, but he
Santa
spoke of
Claus.
his wife as she who must be obeyed.
Ah,
Could you hand me the thing back there?
didn't know that. Taught me something.
Okay, I got to show you something. So back many years ago, this was actually given to me. I don't know if everybody can see that.
Oh, it's backwards.
No, it's frontwards to them. It's backwards to us.
Okay.
Kathleen. Yep. What plaque is that, Kathleen?
It sat on my desk for years and years, just to make sure people understood, you know.
Just to make sure people knew who was in charge. I need one of those at my house.
It was the key to her effectiveness.
Ah, very good.
Kathleen, for the longest time, I thought that was like a nickname in a foreign language. I had no idea that was an acronym. I mean, what, like 20 years later, I realized it's.
Yeah, you know, that's one of those things I just learned right now. Yeah, Swimbo.
I was 10 years old when I found out that, wow, I love that. It must be okay.
Well, we are going to get started. I know people are going to continue to join us, and they are more than welcome. Thank you, Bailey. Welcome, everyone else, our children, youth, and CYRE volunteers. We're getting us started at 6:15, so we're delighted to have the rest of the congregation be joining us. I'm Eve Stevens. I'm one of your ministers. And I also want to do a shout out to Bailey Reidinger, who's on our community building team. Bailey is just coming through time after time on these large group Zoom celebrations and special meetings for the congregation. So thank you so much, Bailey, for your time. Kathleen Carpenter joined our staff 28 years ago. 28 years ago, she left a career in urban planning, interestingly enough, and threw herself into the world of religious education. And her efforts have shaped our commitment to children, youth, and families as a congregation ever since. Kathleen, tonight, we celebrate you. We're going to hear music in your honor and raise our glasses to offer toasts of gratitude for what you've built here and toasts of well wishes for the rest and adventure that lies ahead for you. So quick check, does everyone have something handy to toast with? We're going to be raising our glasses. Very good. That's wonderful. And we had done some practice earlier with our children and youth, but here's the drill. Every time somebody offers a toast, when they finish, your job is to unmute yourself and say cheers or hear, hear, or yell in excitement, whatever you want to do, and then mute yourself again to keep the sound quality high. So I figure we need a chance to practice. And so I will start us off, Kathleen. Kathleen, our staff had a chance to celebrate you some on Tuesday, and we will again this coming Tuesday. I've worked closely with you the past 2.5 years on family ministry. And I want to tell you how much it has meant to me as the newest member of our staff, working with you, the longest serving member of our staff. You have always done everything you can to support me, help me learn and grow, often choosing to place yourself in the background to set me up for success. You are generous and a compassionate colleague, and I will miss working with you. I'll strive to live up to the example that you have set of being a supportive and reliable presence in the lives of our families. Thank you for caring so much and working so hard for so long. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy this celebration of you and all your accomplishments. To Kathleen.
You're here.
You're
Bravo.
Here, here.
Hey, well done. And now our very own Donna Fisher is going to treat us to some music.
Hey, Kathleen. It is my privilege to start this celebration off, but I want to give one little disclaimer. I am going to sing, but I've had bronchitis for a while and my voice isn't cooperating, but it did not affect my heart, which is where this song comes from. And I want to shout out to John, who lovingly recorded the accompaniment, which is right here on my phone, which we'll see if all this technology works. All right, let's see here. Okay, let me tell me if you can hear this.
I don't have any idea, Bob.
You hear that? Can you hear that?
There, just barely.
Well, you'll just have to wait a minute.
Yep, no worries.
Okay, stop.
You've got your fan there, Jim.
Yes, I know. My stop. Okay, stop. You'll just have, well, Kathleen, this is to the tune of Unforgettable, the song written by Nat King Cole. So if you can't hear this, then just imagine it, okay? So it's kind of bright here. Okay, now let's start over again. Okay. You're unflappable, that's what you are. Always rational, though others may spar. Like a rock amidst a hurricane, you stand strong and never go insane.
Now they
Never
can
before
see you probably.
has someone been more irreplaceable in every way, and forevermore, that's how you'll stay. When the pageant is uncontrollable and the little lamb so inconsolable, there you are, always stoical, you. Unsurpassable in every way, and forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, Kathleen, it's incredible that you'll retire the thoughts unbearable. May you always know you're unforgettable, you.
Great job, Donna. Great job.
Yay!
Awesome.
Bravo.
Great.
I'll stay behind in my thank yous. Eve, that was beautiful. Donna, that was hilarious. Thank you so much.
Well done, Donna. Amen. So, Kathleen, we warmed you up a little bit in the first hour, but it's time for some more toasts. So we've got our drinks handy. And we are going to start out with someone you know very well, a good chunk of his life, our very own Pete Green. And Pete, we're going to pin you. There you are.
Hello, Kathleen, and hello, everybody. Kathleen, I met you in, I think, 1992 when you started, in my early teens. I don't remember exactly when I first met you, but I know that you were always there when I was young. I remember you very well. I was in your first coming of age group. Coming of age, for anybody that doesn't know, is an incredibly influential program in many of our youth's lives. I was honored to be on her first Boston trip. And as anybody who's ever been to a baccalaureate service or one of our young adult services knows, Boston is a major event in all of our lives for those youth who have been through the CYRE program. One of the most memorable events in that trip was back then we drove to Boston. We didn't fly. And she drove intrepidly up I-95 through New York City. And it was incredibly harrowing. There were times when I wasn't sure if we would make it. Oh man, there were some big trucks, and it's a big van, and you did an amazing job with a bunch of teenagers in the back there. Very well done. In RE, I remember you always being around, whether it was in middle school or high school. You were always there to help out the teachers. You were always friendly. You were always helpful, unless one of us was sent to your office because we were acting up. You could be definitely very intimidating. You definitely earned your moniker of she who must be obeyed. After I graduated and went off to college, what I experienced in RE stuck with me. I knew that I wanted to give back to youth, work with youth, and I tried as best I could in college, along with studying. But once I came back to Charlotte, I knew that I wasn't sure if I wanted to go to the service, but I knew that I wanted to go work with Kathleen. I wanted to come back. I wanted to volunteer with the high school youth, which was so influential to me. And Kathleen was always incredibly influential and very supportive. Where was I? As an RE advisor, I can say that you have always been ready to step in if anybody needed help. If it was just me and a bunch of teenagers, you could come in and support me. You always had endless resources. You always were full of good ideas, and it was always appreciated to bounce ideas off of you. You have a wonderful laugh, a wonderful smile. You can always bring joy to a room full of youth and young adults. And at the same time, you can also command respect from them, which is not always easy to do. I want to thank you so much for everything you have done for our community, for our youth, and for me personally. Thank you so much, Kathleen, and I wish you the best of luck in everything and anything you do.
You're here. Well done.
Cheers.
Here. Bravo.
Here, here.
Thank you, Pete. Now we'll head over to Susan Cox for our next toast.
Several years ago, the board made a tribute to each staff member at the annual congregational conversation. At that time, I shared that every time the word retirement came up in the same sentence as Kathleen, I started twitching. Alas, The time is here. Her work here has been beyond performing a job. To quote a friend of ours, it has been a heartfelt mission. Alas, this is it. This is the beginning of the change. It is the beginning of a new life for our friend, colleague, role model, teacher, and leader. I've never known the UUCC without Kathleen. After 28 years here, that's true for the majority of our members. Kathleen and our community seem inseparable, but separable they are. So here we go. I asked some folks to share their thoughts and memories of Kathleen with me, and I have incorporated their responses into what I'm sharing now. Kathleen is a team player, always willing to pitch in and contribute her skills and experience. She's an innovator, working her magic with creative classroom activities and helping create programs such as the highly successful Luna. I've never seen her lose her patience or make a snarky comment, no matter how many people interrupt her or are vying for her attention on Sunday mornings. I will leave most of the accolades about her role as CYRE leader to others tonight, but I believe she has taught many of us to be better parents by observing how she relates to and teaches our children. The impact she's had on our faith programming as an active participant and leader in national UU organizations is immeasurable. Kathleen has an insatiable curiosity about both profound and mundane things and often digs deep to learn more. Never, ever ask an idle question or say, I wonder if, around Kathleen, unless you really want to learn the answer. Kathleen is one of the smartest people I know. That shows up in multiple ways. She makes time for 2 serious book clubs, defined as being about more than drinking wine and gossiping, and actually reads the books. She plays in 2 bridge groups, and she does not just travel. Most of us go places for food, scenery, relaxation, maybe an adventure. She learns about where she's going, the history, politics, the culture, the people, and actually remembers what she learned when she returns home. A celebration of Kathleen and the things we admire and love about her is not complete without a nod to her enthusiastic participation over many years in Follies. It takes a fair amount of courage to get up in front of a large group of people you know and will have to see on Sunday and behave so utterly outrageously. Kathleen, you will be missed. Your legacy is powerful and unforgettable. We wish you the amazing new life you have earned and deserve. Hike and garden to your heart's content. Much love, my friend. And with a nod to Mick Elvinstar for his perusal of many years of Kathleen in Follies, we share the following with you.
I have turned from the Lord.
Incredible.
Awesome.
Hey, hey.
Here, here.
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 Oh my God.
That was incredible, Kathleen.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank
Hey,
you,
Mom.
Susan.
Mom, I've never seen that footage and I'm a little scarred by it. I'm going to be honest.
Mike, we should have given you the disclaimer. Totally forgot.
Please do next time if that happens again.
Kathleen, that was amazing.
That was absolutely amazing. And now over to a video of a toast from one of our senior high school youth, Lily Hagan.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lily Hagan. I started attending the UUCC 12 years ago and have known Kathleen from the beginning. Kathleen is so involved with the youth in our community, and it shows. Everyone I know has their own special, favorite memory of Kathleen, and I've never heard one repeated. Some of my favorite memories of Kathleen are dancing around at our annual lunar risings, or when we traveled to the mountains for our COA retreat, only to have it borderline snowstorm on the day that we were going to be spending entirely outside. Kathleen brings love, light, and optimism with her wherever she goes, and I'm so grateful she has been a key figure in my spiritual journey this far, bringing that love, light, and optimism with her. In closing, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything, Kathleen. It's gonna be a big adjustment not having you around anymore, but no one deserves this more than you. So cheers and thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Good job.
Oh, here, here. Next, we are going to hear from David Flynn and Debbie Rubenstein.
Good evening, everybody. And Kathleen, I'm just going to go off script and say that the sappy stuff you can get in a note from us. But we'd like to start with an analogy, but everyone bear with us for a second on this one. Kathleen is like a chocolate chip oatmeal cookie that is healthy and good for you, but at the same time, so wonderful that you feel as if you've just been treated to a glorious, sweet, delicious gift, rather than being forced to do something responsible and healthy. Let us share some of the ways in which, without our even realizing it, Kathleen brought out the best in us and our family. Like many folks here, I think, we were first drawn to the UU in our search for a good religious education program for our children. But we had misgivings. Debbie was uncertain whether it would truly meet the needs of our multi-religious home, and I was unsure whether the UU would provide Samantha and Rachel with a holistic experience of religions across the world. Within a few months, though, it was clear that we had found a real partner in Kathleen and the program she has built over the last several decades. Our children started asking us about religious practices we had to scramble to learn. Ask Debbie about celebrating Kwanzaa. They told us stories that we did not know about our own religions, and they began living out their values in social justice projects organized through their classes.
You know, but it was only a few months until Kathleen turned on her secret superpower. She quietly, relentlessly drew us into leadership so we could do more than just appreciate the CYRE program. We could help build it. David began teaching, first half the classes, then a full year, and then moving forward from K1 through middle years and now the high school, COA, and AL programs. And I started as a class volunteer and a mentor and have somehow found myself part of an inspirational CYRE team.
Kathleen, the real mystery is where your greatest genius lies. In your ability to coax and encourage a volunteer workforce to staff our essential youth programs, your skill in building our unparalleled religious education program, or your vision of how to nurture and encourage youth. Maybe it is simply the countless hours you dedicate to researching and feeding that vision, pulling information and ideas from industry peers, parents, volunteers, and congregants.
You know, I was going to say we may not be able to pin down your greatness, but I think we've all learned tonight that your greatness lies in your moniker, she who must be obeyed. And we can certainly appreciate it. Your 28 years at the UUCC has deeply and indelibly changed the youth and parents in your care, enriching our spiritual and emotional lives and building citizens that can make the lives of others just a little bit fairer, a little bit kinder, and a little more thoughtful. So with all our hearts, we want to raise a glass and say, hear, hear to Kathleen.
Hear, hear.
We love you.
Here.
Thank you, Debbie and David.
Beautiful, you all. Thank you so much for those toasts. And now over to our very own Lisa Lackey for some words and some music.
Hi, Kathleen. So my two kids, Eli and Rin, were a part of RE for several years, and they both benefited so much from knowing you and all the wonderful things that you brought to them. They both grew and learned things that I don't think they would have had that experience ever if you hadn't been a part of RE. So I want to say thank you so much for always kind of, what's the word? Always thinking the best of my kids and giving them so many opportunities. Thank you, Kathleen. And now I have the amazing opportunity to sing a song that Donna wrote, who I think I said, I think she is like the queen of lyrics. She's like, she does the best job making parody and everything. Anyway, she wrote this this song, Inch by Inch, Row by Row, for Kathleen with her special words, and I hope I can do it justice. Inch by inch, row by row, Kathleen made this garden grow. All it took was her heart and soul and a patch of fertile minds. Surely there were labor pains, and sometimes she had to pull the reins. And yes, perhaps a few blood stains, but it served them all for good. Child by child, year by year, the RE program grew premier. Naught could keep it far and near, naught could beat it far and near, for they're growing all the while. Coming of age and spirit play, she wove her magic each Sunday. Was good enough for old Broadway, and the families came in droves. She planted values pure and strong and tempered them with love and song. She made the children grow their own, 'cause that's the way they learn. So Kathleen, we're here to say, your spirit's in our heart to stay. You may retire, but there's no way that we'll ever say goodbye. You may retire, but there's no way that we'll ever say goodbye. Thank you, Kathleen.
Thank you, Lisa.
Done, Lisa.
Great,
Donna.
great song.
Here, here. That was beautiful, Lisa. Now I want to hand it over to my colleague, Jay Leach, our Chief of Staff, who is going to have a toast for Kathleen.
It's wonderful to see all of you for this celebration, but having done this already this year, I feel like we need to stop meeting like this. We're losing wonderful people from our professional staff. Mary Kathleen Carpenter. To what mysterious miracle worker of alchemy do we owe our thanks for transforming a good Roman Catholic with a degree in urban planning from a historically Baptist university into an exemplary Unitarian Universalist religious educator? How is it that a military brat in a web stretching from Korea to Charleston finds a professional home for so long in our liberating religion here in Charlotte? And how did that young mom with 3 young kids who walked in our doors 3 decades ago transform into both a grandma for a growing number and into a beloved presence for so many that they cannot be numbered? Perhaps now that we're pausing to reflect on fully 28 years, we recognize that this story is one that is less about mystical transformation than it is of day after day, week after week, Sunday after Sunday, season after season, congregational year after congregational year of commitment and dedication. Maybe it doesn't really have so much the makings of a miracle as it does the stuff of perseverance and of ample and seemingly indefatigable enthusiasm. If there is anything alchemical about it, it is about turning your willing gifts of head and heart and soul into a distinguished career of immeasurable impact. In a religion so often, so regrettably confused about faith, yours has been a professional life absolutely full of faith, evidenced even in that sign off that for so long ended your emails, in faith, Kathleen. Yes, we now say collectively, yes, indeed. You have worked and lived among us in faith. Faith as courageous trust in the utter import of your work and in the differences it should and could and did make. When we thought too little about our children and youth, you have spoken up again and again and again. When we have set our sights too low, you have challenged us again and again and again. When we might have settled for less, you called for more. And in these and so many other ways, without the benefit or the burden of seminary studies and ordinations and all of those other trappings, yours has indeed been a ministry among us. It is a ministry certainly and foremost to our children and youth, but surely and unforgettably to our families, to your committees and teams, to your innumerable teachers, advisors, volunteers, and to the congregation as a whole. Again and yet again, when I asked, you said yes and assumed yet another role outside the bounds of your job description. I find a certain symmetry in knowing that it was the Sierra Club's meetings that brought you in our doors way back there in the beginning. And your last major leadership role beyond CYRE found you challenging a group of us in the Environmental Justice Core Group earlier this year. It is not exemplary of the kind of hyperbole to which actual ministers sometimes resort to assert on this evening that your influence, Kathleen, has stretched from Sharon Amity's sylvan serenity across our city, throughout the span of Unitarian Universalism nationally, and even around the world. In your dedication to the work of MECMEN, serving a stint as chair of its board, in your rise to a place of leadership and mentoring among UU religious educators across the country, and in your cultivation of our connection to distant siblings in our faith in a village in Transylvania. You've turned a job within our walls into a ministry that transcended them, while always bringing the benefit back home to us. You've taken our name with you into so many places, and it shines far the brighter because people and organizations associate it with you. All of this you've done with such good-natured, steady, likable, if formidable, good grace. If you became the infamous Swambo, she who must be obeyed, it was because you led in ways that we then wanted to follow. If it became so hard to say no to you, it was, you do know this, don't you? It was because you became someone to whom we wanted to say yes again and again. Across a vast emotional landscape, we pause again and recall that your presence in Follies and elsewhere have given us some of our greatest laughs, just as your creation of a poignant coming of age ritual has brought most who participate in it to tears. You've stood before us with squirming newborns to call forth this community's commitment to them in ways that have made us chuckle. And you've shown up in so many other ways and places that the thought of your departure now brings us back around to tears again. You've left an indelible mark on our community with what you created and with how you have led for so long. For all of this, and as dubious as it may be, to name in advance one's lasting legacy. In your case, I am fairly confident that I and we already know. Kathleen, it is this. Young toddlers may not remember spirit play lessons you carefully crafted. Elementary age kids may not recall the contents of lessons from curriculum you created. Middle schoolers may forget the sessions you fostered alongside their advisors. High schoolers just might not retain all of the information from Sunday evenings and coming of age or heritage trips to sites in and around Boston. But of this, I am sure. When the name of Kathleen Carpenter is invoked, they will recall deeply and unmistakably that you loved them. You have loved them collectively for the dozens and hundreds and in 28 years, thousands that they were. But true to our faith's very first principle, you have loved them as the unique, special, precious ones that many of them didn't yet realize they were. You've loved the popular kids, the well-spoken ones, the shimmering stars, the standouts, and your love has made them better than they were. But none of us who are so much the beneficiaries can ever fully express the depth of gratitude we feel for your love of the different and the difficult ones. The ones who others shunned, the ones struggling with identity, the ones transitioning into new self-understandings, the ones who wondered, who really wondered if they really were lovable. Your compassionate acceptance and embrace, your remarkable capacity to center their needs over your questions and their self-understanding over any misgivings you had. My beloved colleague, this is your truest, most lasting legacy. It is alive still in so many, now grown well into adulthood. And it is newly activated in some just finding their ways from childhood into adolescence. No words stand sufficient to summarize it all, Casey. So these will have to do. They are offered with my deepest gratitude and my sincere love. A solitary echo of a whole community's appreciation and love for you.
Hear, hear.
Amen.
Thank you, Jay. That was
Cheers.
beautiful.
Here,
Kept-
here, amen, bravo.
Very good.
Amen.
Very nice.
Here, here.
Beautiful.
Whew. Thank you. Now, Ann Doss Helms is going to speak on behalf of our Board of Trustees and offer a toast as well, Kathleen.
Here's to a woman who has shaped the past and the future of our congregation in so many wonderful ways. The Coming of Age program is amazing. It's what helped draw me to the UUCC 26 years ago. The children we've met have grown up, and some of them are now RE teachers and parents themselves. The youngest of our children today will carry your spirit, your insights, and your teachings into a future we can barely imagine. On behalf of your Board of Trustees, and on behalf of this whole church, congregation, community, thank you.
You're here.
The best.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Cheers.
And now our Director of Music, John Herrick, has helped prepare a special goodbye. I'm going to turn it over to you, John.
Hey, Kathleen. Oops, I'm unmuted.
You are.
You have been such an amazing colleague, and I just want to thank you. I mean, everything that we've collaborated on together has been pure joy, and I've learned so much from you on how to work under pressure and to support our youth and children. You've been a real blessing in my life, and I'm going to really, really miss you. So in our last children's choir rehearsal, when I asked the kids if they would be happy to share a message, they said absolutely. And this is what they had to say. Okay, Miss Kathleen, this is the children's choir, and we have a special message for you. Fiona.
We'll miss you.
Thank you. Abby.
Have a happy Christmas.
Ivy.
Gonna miss you, Miss Kathleen.
Tessa.
Have a happy Christmas, and we'll miss you, Miss Kathleen.
Logan.
Have a good retirement.
Thank you. Ava and James.
We'll miss you. We'll miss you.
Elise. Elise is going to miss you, I know for sure. Jackson.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Okay, Teddy's got his mouth full of food. How about Jeff?
We love you, Miss Kathleen.
Nice. Connor.
Miss Kathleen.
Okay, let's all wish Miss Kathleen a happy retirement. Happy retirement, Mrs. Kathleen.
Happy retirement.
Thank you, John. And thank you, Children's Choir. It's a beautiful thing.
That was wonderful. Thank you.
Now, Kathleen, I want to give you a chance to respond before some closing music.
Okay. You know, Eve told me she was going to give me a couple of minutes at the end of this to say a few words to everyone. And I knew that I wasn't going to be able to speak without getting all emotional. So I'm just going to say, I think people have heard me say this before. This congregation is amazing. It has been such a pleasure to serve you. I have colleagues who talk about horrible stories about the tension and the conflict in their congregation. And I just sit there smiling and going, not mine, mine's perfect. And while it's of course not perfect, I have had just the best ride, 28 years. I could not have asked for a better job. When we had our staff meeting last week, I said, you know, they were saying, how does it feel? And I said, it's such a huge conflict because it's the best job ever. And I'm going to hate to leave, but I get to retire. Ah! So thank you for giving me this opportunity. And after you saw my follies, whatever you want to call it, my performance, I have a really short song for you to end with. And all of you know that my voice is like a joke. And so it's always the follies. It's always the butt of the follies is that how awful my voice is. But I'm going to sing this for you anyway. So I found this song and you know, when you hear it, you'll know why I chose it. But I didn't have to change the first verse, which is the only one I'm singing, hardly at all. It's so convenient that Jay just spoke because there's a preacher in it. So this is it. I want you to be channeling Bob Hope, okay? So here we go. Thanks for the memories of sentimental verse, a drink that I could nurse, and chuckles when the preacher said, we knew she could have been worse. How lovely it was. And I'm going to skip to the last one. Awfully glad I met you. Cheerio and toodaloo. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you all.
We love you, Kathleen.
Love you.
Love you, Mom.
So proud of
Miss
you,
you so
Mom.
much.
You're the best. We
Yay.
love you.
Are the best.
Cheers.
We
Who
love
has the
you.
tissues?
And now you all, we are going to have our dear Nancy and Eddie Walensky are going to sing Kathleen off into those rosy sunsets of retirement. And after they do, I invite you, we know it's a little tricky on Zoom, but that will conclude our formal celebration, but you're welcome to stay on for a few minutes and say some more words to Kathleen and linger. So thank you, Eddie and Nancy. Take us out.
I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. As I get my mail, make copies, then derail the children's game of ball in Bernstein room or Freeman hall. I'll be seeing you in every costume that you wore, in every child that you adore. I'll always wish there could be more. I'll see you at the con, and when that day is through, I'll be on booty patrol, but I'll be missing you.
Here, here. Thank you, Nancy and Eddie.
Hey,
What a lovely evening.
for all you have done and all you've given us.
And you all, you're welcome to select gallery view again, and you'll see one another's faces if you want to linger a bit.
It's hard to imagine what it's going to be like not seeing you every single time I'm in that building.
I've been breaking y'all in by having COVID and not being able to be at the church.
Oh, so you're the reason this happened. We love you, Kathleen.
Oh, thank you.
Plan on just still showing up at your office and talking to you, even if you're not there. I don't know who's going to be in your office, and it might be a little awkward, but hopefully they're amenable, because I am thoroughly in denial.
Can we get a cardboard cutout of Kathleen and just kind of prop it in the corner in the office like a light?
Yes, I love it.
Do that.
Yeah, we can replace the Gandalf one with Kathleen, right?
That's a great idea. We need to do that.
Do you still have your Swimbo poster?
Instead of letters to Santa, we can all have letters to Kathleen.
So Kathleen, how are you feeling? Can you say one word as to how you're feeling?
Well, right now is one word different from how I'm feeling normally. Right now, I'm feeling overwhelmed.
Well, you deserve every single word, and we're all in tears. We're all moved by it, not just you. We're all moved by you. So I hope you know that.
I do, Donna. Thank you.
I hope that you are completely basking in the love that's come your way. The love and the appreciation and the admiration, my friend. It won't be the same without you.
Here, here.
It won't.
Kathleen, all of my interactions with you for the most part have been through the OWL program. I came to the UUCC as a OWL certified instructor from my previous congregation, and I let myself be known to you.
Better baby.
And the way you have supported the OWL program, which is so important to us and to our youth especially, has been just plain extraordinary. It's really the way you have implemented that program. Sadly, we were not able to see an adult OWL implemented, but you've done everything else. And it has just been a pleasure to work with you, and your wisdom and your dedication have been nothing short of stunning. We'll miss you.
Thank you, Lincoln.
When I describe our congregation to somebody, I always add one minister, because I've always thought that Kathleen was one of our ministers.
Thank you, Rich.
Kathleen, I remember when a year after we got here in 1998, we came to you and said we wanted to have a child dedication for Sarah.
and you didn't bat an eye, and we had the child dedication, and it was only later that you told us that there hadn't been a child dedication at the church for I don't know how many years. And I just want to say thank you for helping us raise all 3 of our kids in the UUCC. We owe you a debt of gratitude, and I can't imagine the church without you. But I'm looking forward to seeing all your posts on Facebook and all your hikes and all your travels. And I wish you just all the best in your new phase. We love you.
Thank you, Sharon.
Kathleen. And without you, my girls would not be who they are today. So thank you.
You're welcome, Lisa.
Kathleen, I was very glad to see when you instituted one of the middle school and senior high projects, and that was working on the Habitat for Humanity projects. I thought it was a stroke of genius in that it allows our youth to take action on a problem that's in our society. It gave them the strength and the confidence to get out there and build something. I can't tell you how many times I saw children going in that didn't even know what end of the hammer to use on a nail. And by the time the week was over, they had a lot of confidence in their ability to build things. And I think it was also good for our youth to be in that environment in Hartsville, South Carolina, that humbled them a little bit, that made them appreciate what a rich life we live here in Charlotte, what a rich organization we have at the Unitarian Universalist congregation. So it was a wonderful idea. I hope it continues for a long time, whether it's connected with Hartsville through your family or in other ways. I hope it's ongoing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim.
I could say something real quick. Hi, Kathleen.
Hi, Taylor.
Hi. So I was gonna say something earlier at the very beginning, but I think I have collected my thoughts even better now. I mean, it's been echoed so many times tonight, but I just don't understand how you have been, like, looking back when you're a kid, you take so many things for granted. And I just can't believe how patient you always were. Like, looking back, it makes zero sense. At the time, it was just normal, but now it's just amazing. And I honestly, I know that it must have taken so much work and time and energy to do everything that you did, but I feel like every time I saw you, you were so ready to step away from your work to do, or what we typically think of as work, to entertain us or to talk to us or to educate us or to help us find where we were going or find our parents, or you always had time for us. And there are a million more things I could say about COA and OWL and RE and mountain cons and cons in general, and just how much they've shaped my life and every other child's life that's gone through RE. But it's all been said, and I could spend way too long saying it. So I just want to say thank you. You've had such a profound effect on anyone who has ever come across you, and thank you.
Well, Taylor, you can just keep talking. No.
Love you, Kathleen. Love you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Kathleen. Hey, Kathleen.
Oh, hi, Marcia.
Hey, a lot of people have alluded to you being the second mother of their children. I was one of those who always appreciated that I could, that my daughter, Rachel, would have somebody like you to speak to if she couldn't stand to talk to me. So that was always great. But more importantly, I think it's been alluded to, I don't know if anybody really said it tonight, how Kathleen didn't just bring up children, she brought up a whole battalion of volunteers, all of us. And she had the good sense when I said, don't put me in a classroom because I can't stand teaching. She said, okay, you can serve on the council. So she led me along and then brought me into Lunar Rising and so many other opportunities that have enriched my life spiritually, emotionally, and, you know, in my career as well. So I want to give a shout out to the way that it's hard to work with volunteers. I know how hard it is. And a lot of you do too. It's like herding cats. It really is. And you've done an excellent job at that. And I think you've enriched the people who have served under you. So kudos to you, Swambo.
Thank you, Marcia.
Love you.
Hey, I'd like to say a few words. Kathleen, you're like a mother to me.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, and I'm just looking around through all these names here, and a lot of the names ring a bell, but I don't see a lot of kids that were my age in the 90s, the class of 98, the class of 99, all the kids that grew up when I did in the church. And I wish they were here, because as much as we all sometimes disobeyed what y'all wanted us to do, I think everybody in that generation really loved you. And I think it's really fantastic that you just influenced so many different generations with just all these people here tonight. It's amazing and it's impressive, and kudos. And one more thing, Kurt Merkel, that was great. Whoever you were doing earlier, that was the best thing I've seen all night. I don't know exactly who it was, but it was really funny.
My alter ego.
Nice. Love you, Mom.
Can I jump in after Mike? I used to babysit, not so much Mike, but Kevin and Karen.
Who's that?
Yeah. And before you said that, Mike, I was just thinking about how like your professional accomplishments, obviously, like I don't know, admirable, like just influential, but who you are as a person shaped who I am as a person, and who you are as a mother has shaped who I am as a mother. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there, otherwise it's gonna get real gushy. So yeah, good. Carry on.
Thanks, Emily.
Thanks, Emily. I was looking around for somebody else, and I didn't know who Madcap was until I saw you on the screen. So good to see you.
Okay, I have a funny story. I have a funny little story that I remember that happened several years ago, and I think a lot of you might remember this. Kathleen, evidently your email account or something was hacked, and one day we all got this email, and it said it was from Kathleen Carpenter, and it said she was in Europe and she was stuck because her passport and her traveler's checks had all been stolen, and she was asking for us to all help her out. It was so funny. And of course, her response was, gee, I wish I was in Europe, but it really isn't for me. Remember that?
Well, the funniest thing on that, Kathy, is that my uncle actually wired money.
Somebody actually did? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
but he got the money back.
That was a good one.
Hey, Kathleen, I feel like my actual ego needs to say a few things. All the things that everyone has said so far have all been so true, and yet I still feel like there are a million things we could still say. I think about you, you're one of those people who makes every single person that you interact with feel like you are so special. Kids, adults, everything. And you're also one of those people who makes everything seem so effortless. And I think that's the way you were able to entrance people into always saying yes, because you made it look so easy. And it was always such a joy to say yes to. And everything that I ever did in partnership with you and everyone else was just great. And I want to thank you for so many joyful experiences. And yeah, you may have been the second mother, but you were also the second father. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Kurt.
Well, Kathleen, this is June. I remember the first time you were in the church. I think it was the first time you spoke to the church. And, you know, you were there for the Sierra Club. And I'll never forget it. I just remember you standing up there and I'm like, wow, Sierra Club, great, you know? And, you know, what a gift that was. And then to have you come back and be a part of our lives for decades, such a gift. And on behalf of my children, who are now 32 and 27, who went through the program, I thank you on their behalf. Liz is, well, David's here with us now, but Liz is in San Francisco. And a few weeks ago, she called and she was really time because she has a friend out there, but she moved there in August. And you know, San Francisco's locked down, and luckily she works at outdoor preschool in the Presidio area and loves it. And all the little kids have their masks on, but you know, I told her, I said, check out the UU Church, you know, and I look up and there's tons of UU churches in San Francisco, but the first UU Church has a group of 20 to 30-year-olds that are organized. So, you know, you better believe they probably had somebody like you in their RE class because they're still going and they're still organized and they're still doing advocacy and all those kinds of things. So I think she will plan to check them out, but it's, you know, you were a big part of influencing both of our children's lives, and I'm very, very grateful. So thank you.
Thank you, June.
Kathleen, I keep thinking of things to say. Every time somebody says something, something else pops in my mind. But what I think about you, you're always so professional, and yet it's from your heart. It's not just being professional. The love you showed, the acceptance you showed for the kids was from you. And, you know, there's one thing to be professional, but there's another thing to be, you know, ardent and true. And that's what you are. And that's what we will miss most assuredly.
Thank you, Donna.
Hey, Kathleen, it's Jennifer McLeod. How are you?
I'm fine.
I was thinking about how amazing it is to think back on the consistency and the longevity, remembering, you know, starting to attend the church and remembering kids being born who then we saw their bridging ceremonies, and having, you know, attended the church and being able to see the youth grow and see their services, you know, like almost a decade before, you know, having a child in any of those programs or services. And it was just so exciting to think, oh my gosh. And then when Walden's born and you're thinking, like, I remember kids who were little when we were there, and then we were seeing them bridge too, and then thinking, oh my gosh, like this is gonna be him, like he's gonna like through this whole thing, and being able, you know, to have you for that, you know, through, you know, even though I'm disappointed, you know, about the end, but, you know, being able to, you know, have him experience all of that, that I was able to see so many people being so involved in and benefit from and being so enriched by for so long before being able to experience it myself. It's just, it's so amazing to me, you know, the impact you've had and the influence you've had. And it's just amazing. and you're amazing. And I just can't believe it. And just, I can't say thank you, you know, enough for everything that you've done, you know, since long before my kid was in it, you know, the kids, all of the kids who've gone through it. It's just incredible. And I just really appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Jennifer. I have to say that Jennifer was one of the people that whenever I was in the Follies, I would stand behind her whenever there was a number that everybody had to sing, and I would just mouth the lyrics. Because she was always had this beautiful loud voice, and I'd be back there going.
You know, you were always the star of the show.
It was all about you.
Oh no, it's all about you. It's all about you.
Back there with your beautiful loud dancing behind her.
Yeah, you like that, huh? Totally choreographed.
That's funny, Kathleen, because I was doing that with Kurt Merkel. I was standing behind him because he sang so well.
Well,
no, Kurt was back there with me. We were hiding in the back. I can tell you that.
I never heard a preacher man lie like you, Jay.
Get used to it, my man.
Hey, Kathleen, it's Walden, the second half to this. I wanted to say thank you very much for watching me grow up and everything. And it means a lot to have like someone like you to help me become who I am. And it's very nice, and we'll miss you a lot.
Well, thank you, Walden. I've done a good job.
Well, Kathleen, there must be something very, very attractive about retirement, because you're going to miss Fritz and Charlie and Abby and Dodger. Sorry. You'll have to peek in and see how they do.
I'm not disappearing. I'm just going off the staff.
But we have to find a replacement who's willing to sign a 28-year contract.
Good luck with that.
That's the challenge. I know that's.
Kathleen, I wanted to say that looking around the screen, I just keep flipping around the screen, looking at all the great people who are on here, who have not said anything, but I'm just so glad they showed up. And again, some I haven't seen in a while and some I have, but thank you, all of you, for showing up.
Well, we love you.
Oh, thank you, Nancy.
We don't want to leave. We just want to hang out for a while.
Yeah, let's just hang out here for a while.
I'll go get another glass of wine and we'll be fine.
I was going to say, if we all go out and get our vaccines, could we do this again in person in about a month and a half? You know, something like, I don't know.
I know. That would be great.
Well, I will say Martha can back me up on this, but this Zoom retirement party, there's a lot to be said for it, but it would be really nice if we had everybody that I could actually, you know, like give a hug or something. This is great. This is great. Because this is going to be, where's Bailey? Bailey, are you taping this so that I can?
Bailey, she's recorded the whole thing and we're still recording. I should have warned everybody.
Okay, wonderful. So I can go back and look at all the little pictures and say, oh my God, I didn't realize that whoever was here.
We're going to have a huge party and there's going to be hugs and hugs and hugs all around. I can't wait till that happens.
That's right.
Martha. Kathleen, I'm so glad I was here to help you celebrate your retirement. You did great. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side. And I know that the transition isn't necessarily easy because you won't be in the know anymore. That's the hardest part. I miss all of you too, and I know you will. But it feels like our friends will be there when we need them. And I look forward to hearing about your new adventures. and wish you well. Love you much.
By you. We shall get together soon, Martha.
So Kathleen, I could pick you up on the way to church when things are back to normal and get you back in the fold.
Susan's just trying to stop me from moving to Asheville. I know this is a ploy.
It is. Anything I can do to keep you here. I'm plotting with Steve.
Yeah. You shouldn't have had Mike on here with my granddaughters. I'm sorry, that was working against you.
Wait, you mean those cute little girls are more important than I am? I don't get it.
Sorry, they're pretty cute.
They are pretty cute.
Kathleen, that's one thing. Here I am again. But that's one thing that you never showed favorites. You know, everybody's kids are as important as everybody else's. Jay alluded to that when he spoke, and all your friends are equal. That's the beauty of you, and it just comes naturally. And we're gonna miss that.
You know, here's the strangest thing that I have to share with everybody on this screen is that when my kids were little, I adored my own children. But when they would have friends come over, I would find them so annoying. But then I would go to church, and for whatever reason, I love the church kids. And maybe it's because they weren't like in my space. They were in my workspace, not my home space. It was just so weird because I thought, you know, I should like Mike and Kevin and Karen's friends more because they're nice kids, but they would just annoy me. But all the church kids, it was like, oh my God, that's the cutest 4-year-old ever. And I love these teenagers. They're so awesome. I don't know what it was. It was just so strange. So Mike, don't tell your friends that.
Well, they were UUs. Of course they were awesome.
Yeah, what about my friends that were UUs too, and then they came over? Where did they fall in that?
I like them. They were cool.
Okay, I thought so. Kevin Kramer, he was cool.
Kevin Kramer is cool.
Ethan wants to say, Ethan, do you want to say something to Miss Kathleen?
No.
Before bed? No.
I got a drill.
You got a drill?
I think this one.
Yep.
Wow, Ethan, very cool.
He's very grateful to you for all the times you pop in on Spirit Play and witness his first experience of CYRE. So.
Yeah, I'm
Eve,
sorry
you
I
made-
won't be able to see Henry and Ethan grow up.
Eve,
I
you
can
need to
send
tell
you pictures.
Eve, you need to tell Steve that we have child labor laws in this state. don't make that kid be doing repairs yet. That's not right.
Everywhere we go, that he's got his drill. Don't report us. We got things to do.
So what is he actually doing for you there, Eve? Is he fixing all your broken appliances?
All our broken appliances, all the furniture.
Faster, Hanky.
The 2020 list.
So I've learned the excitement over a new drill doesn't end. I got a picture sent to me one day at work. Look what I got today. Harbor Freight Tools.
It's a boy thing.
You have never met my cousins. They're female and have drills.
Power tools are the best thing ever. I totally get why men are into that.
I want to say that I've known Kathleen as long as probably any of you, and remember the first time she was in the church, and really love her and really appreciate all she's done. Wish the very best for her. Love all her Follies appearances, and we'll always think of in the best way.
Doug.
Well, it's hard to go after all these people that are so lovely and loved you so much. But I'll try, even though my Mac is about to die from battery. So maybe we should go get the.
I've been waiting on you, Casey.
But I just wanted to say, there was one time where you asked me to do a play, and then you reminded me about this play over and over and over again. But I continued to not learn the lines of this play. And then you emailed me one final time of like, remember that you have this play that you are the main character of and have many lines. And that is the day that I started to learn the lines of that play. But I just wanted to say you have always treated people with grace and respect, and so many people have respected you and loved you. And I know that you can't, but I'm sure nobody else knows how many people's lives you've touched and had a positive impact on. So I just want to say, for me, at least, you've impacted me greatly. But I also want to say you've not only been a mentor, but I consider you a friend. So thank you so much for everything you've done. And we all love you very much.
Thank you, Casey.
I put a thing in chat earlier, but I'll just say something. You had a really big impact on me at a pretty difficult time in my life.
Which one looks like that?
And I know like all the
Which one looks like that?
and,
Good job, Eve.
and for some reason you kept letting me go on mountain cons even though I kept breaking the rules. Some of which you knew about. But made a really big difference for me, and I definitely remember that impact. And I know my mom sent me the email that I haven't really been active or anything, but I saw the email that you were retiring, and I was like, oh no, I gotta go to that. That's really important. So just want to say that.
Well, thank you, Miranda. I'm so glad you said something.
Good job.
All right, who's got the baby?
Who's got the baby crying?
Who's got that baby?
Kathleen, we love you. We love you so much. And I agree, when we'll have plenty of chances when you're visiting, if you do end up in Asheville, to hug you in person in the coming year. Let's hope. And just thank you for all you've done. It's so wonderful to see all your faces tonight, everybody. And send your love to Kathleen long after tonight.
Bye, everyone. And I promise when we're back in person again, I will be back to the community building because I want to hug all of you. When it's safe, not till it's safe.
We'll hold you to it.
Stay safe and healthy, Kathleen. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Bye, Kathleen. Love
We
you.
love you.
Thank
Love you.
Love you, Kathleen.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.